Next up, we have Freedom Dive by Xi or Xi or he. I don't. It's a name. Once again, featured in Geometry Dash and Osu and Rhythm Games, as far as I understand. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of them, paid subscriptions, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track ever, so I will be pausing a lot, and I will be speaking and talking a lot, as I will be explaining things as they happen, or as I realize them, so there is no point in you complaining that I'm talking too much or pausing too much. I already told you that that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I stumbled upon my words earlier. I will do it again. Whatever happens. With that being said, let's do this. Freedom Dive. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a high synth giving us like this quasi strings, like quasi violin sounded synth. Ahead of the percussion of the drum beat, and we start with a very, very fast drum beat. Super Ninja, welcome today. How you doing? So we start with a very, very fast drum beat and another synth, another one giving us an arpeggio going up and down, giving us our main chord. Arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time, and so far I think that's it. I don't think we've introduced the motif just yet. Let's see where this goes. We're having one of those... No, this is fast. Okay, so we're getting a couple of variations here and there of the drums, giving us a little bit of accents in the drums. So let's explore the concept of accents, right? So accents... in music, it's not to determine if somebody's from like Bristol or York or London. It's for accentuation. We are taking specific points in the rhythm and we are highlighting those. In this case, we're using the drums. We're using the cymbals of the drums to give us that that moment. And we are continuing those arpeggios. We are introducing a couple of other synths to give us a bit of extra texture. Not very functional in the sense that they're not adding too much to the harmony or anything like that. They are there more for texture. So, let's see. Seem to get some chores. Oh, well. Hope all goes well. Let's see where it goes. Okay. Yeah, I would say at this point... those arpeggios might be our motif. That arpeggio, that very fast going up and down, I think that's our motif. Motif, of course, being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And yeah, that's what we're getting here. Let's see where it goes. Repeat it, yeah. No, there's the motif. There's the motif, but the motif is an elongated version of the arpeggios we've been getting. So the concept of elongation or elongation, however you want to put it, is slowing down something to make it play over a longer period of time. In this case, the arpeggios are playing extremely fast up and down, and this melody that we had was a very, very much slowed down version of the upward section of this whole thing. So let's see where this goes. This is insane. So somehow we are playing just as fast. We are still playing a bunch of these like mini arpeggios and everything, but the overall melody that is being played is an elongated version of the motif. This is a very, very tricky thing to do. But basically what is happening melodically over here is that we are playing the motif, and the motif right now is this zigzag going up and down, right? However, the melody that is being played right now is a bunch of these smaller hooks going down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up, very, very, very fast. However, when you reach those high points, each of those give you that same shape of the melody, except it's elongated, so it's taking longer to happen. So even though we are playing faster notes, we are playing a slower version of the motif. Clever. Clever. Let's see where this goes. Cadence. Okay, so now we take a variation to give the melody a bit more melody to itself. It's slower. The overall shape is still there. We're just using different points of it. So basically, what is happening is that the original motif is a bunch of notes going up and down, up and down. So what we're doing right now is we are selecting some of them and using them as our overall melody to give us still the overall same shape. So we're still getting the overall same shape of the melody, but because we are just now selecting some of those notes and highlighting them and playing them louder, we are still technically using the motif, even though it's a very, very different sounding melody. The original shorter version was originally made for the song contest, where the BPM of a song was affected by a song's rating. Well then, interesting. So yeah, let's see where this goes. So yeah, and in the meantime, something else that has happened is that those initial arpeggios are still kind of there. They're just further down in the back. And right now we had a doubling. So doublings in music is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. In this case, we had the melodic synth, the melody synth, and now we had like these chimes on top of it, mainly to give an extra sense of texture, an extra sense of highlighting to build for the cadence. Once again, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you are resolving that tension. The point in between we call cadence. And by the way, Tetra, welcome today. How you doing? So yes, cadence. And using doublings over here is a very, very good way of helping build tension, because one of the issues of having a piece this fast, a type of piece this insanely fast, is the fact that you can't speed it up to create more tension. So you're going to need to work your way around and use slower elements and other things like doublings and maybe going off the ramp, these kinds of things, to create that tension, because the speed is already pretty high. Come to do you think Deep Woken is? No idea. No idea. Some sort of horror, like psychological horror, probably. Loot and VFlash, welcome today. Which game is this? My understanding is that this is featured in Osu and Geometry Dash. Let's see where this goes. We bring back that version, bring back this second version of the motif, variation of it. That beautiful melody. Let's see. Ha! There you go. And off the ramp we go. So going off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial means there's no official academic term for what I'm saying, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. In this case, going off the ramp is what I call a transition. It can be as short as a single beat. It can be as long as an entire section, where you want to make your audience, the listener, feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, kind of like going off a ramp, waiting to see where we land. How do you do that? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. And that is precisely what has happened here. We've removed the drums, not in this entirety, but we've removed most of it. And now we are basically changing as well. We also changed the synth from a synth to a piano, still using the overall motifs that we've had. But there you go. Extreme Tour, welcome today, man. Good to see you. How you doing? Let's see. And enjoy your lurking. Enjoy your lurking. Let's see where this goes. And we still have another synth in the back giving us that texture. We bring back the drums. Modulation. So modulation is another concept, right? So when you're making music, you have three components: melody, harmony, rhythm. Harmony is the one that I want to talk about right now, is the one that is a little bit more abstract than melody or harmony. Because melody is going to be the melody, the horizontal individual lines of music that you have. The rhythm is going to be the use of time, how fast things happen, usually the drums, whatever that thing is, whatever that kind of stuff is. And then harmony is a more meta thing. It's a more extrapolated, a bit more abstract, which is which scales you are using, which chords you're making out of those scales, how they relate to one another, and how they relate with other scales. So the concept of modulation is what happens when you go... So let me just... so modulation in music is what happens when you go from one scale or set of chords to a different scale of set of chords. Because when it comes to Western music, we use the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is 12 notes, 12 tones. From C to C. It's the 12 keys of the keyboard, all black and white keys. It's the 12 frets of a guitar. It's the 12 tones that we use in Western music, tuned to 440 hertz in A. A being 440 hertz. That is the chromatic scale. And out of those 12 notes, you're going to pick 7, usually for your scale. And that is going to be most of the scales that you have are going to be 7 out of them. And the different combinations that you get are going to give you different scales. And modulation is the process of going from one scale to another scale. And that is precisely what we experienced just now. It gives you this complete sense of paradigm shift, and it is just a really, really cool, really, really cool. There are many, many types of modulation. The one that just happened right now, I believe, is direct modulation. So the other types of modulation usually are like common denominator type of modulation. So you have common chord, common tone, Picardy third. We have a bunch of these different types of modulation. Common chord tends to be the most prominent one because it's the smoothest that you can get. And the way it works is that usually the last few chords of scale number 1 are going to overlap with scale number 2. And then you find a point in between where you switch scales. Direct modulation is, we are now in scale, set of chords, key signature 1. Now we are in scale, key signature 2. And that is precisely what has happened. Nico, welcome to today. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see where it goes. All right, let's see you. And I told you, right, like, to build that tension, like we would have to slow down, and that is precisely why we slowed down. And thank you for stopping by, Nico. Yeah, you go rest. You told me about it, so go rest. Go take it easy, okay? So yes, let's see. I'm gonna have to look into that valid user. So yeah, let's see where it goes. And there we go. Second version of the motif, the more melodic way, but it's a little bit faster now. And yeah, it was Bobo, like usually like an injury of type of thing. So yeah, and yeah, valid user. It seems like we got some automated thing. I didn't turn that on, so I'm gonna have to check that later. But that's future me's problem. Let's see where this goes. Yep, we're using a variation of that melodic. Yep. Woohoo! Back we go to this other one, but now that we're in the new one and the new key, this is insanely fast. Like, the rhythm is so insanely fast. However, the sections themselves are not. They are not. And it's very interesting to see that the sections themselves, the extrapolated form of this is not that fast, but the individual ones are. So let's see where this goes. Welcome, man. Yeah, just 4 minutes. Look at that. Welcome back to menu. Oh, Nico, take care, okay? We repeat that. We bring the cadence again. Building cadence. Resolve the cadence with a high note. Where do you take this from, then? Interesting. Interesting. So when, as I said before, when you're making music, you are building tension. You are then resolving that tension. And yes, Nico, go take it easy, okay? Go take it easy. Go get some rest. Get some, like, I don't know, like ice or something. Or if you got something, go take it easy, okay? Catch you around. So yeah, as I said, you usually build tension and then you resolve that tension. However, what has happened here is that we have taken that little moment of the start of the resolution and we have held it. And we've held it. And we've held it. And we've held it. Which ironically builds a little bit more tension. And then we resolve it. Very risky move. Very risky move. But I like it. I like it. I find this very interesting because usually if you're gonna hold the tension, but we started resolving the tension, so this chart is not even accurate. So the visualization of this, we built tension, we built tension, then we resolved a little bit, but then we started holding it and holding it and holding it and holding it and holding it, and then we resolved it. So very, very interesting application of the resolution. So yeah, happy chord count, it sounds like it. Let's see where it goes. MVP, welcome today. How you doing? Yeah, like it's still resolved. There we go. We finally got a moment of resolution, and now we can start rebuilding. And now we bring in an actual we bring back the piano with both hands now, because the first time it was just one hand. When it comes to keyboard instruments, you know, we have two hands, and usually you will have in the piano one hand playing the chords and the other one playing the melody. First time we had the piano, it was only the melody, and now we have both. And Super Guy, we will open the request soon for the live queue, so I will explain how that works. Let's just finish this one. So yeah, now we're bringing the piano, doing the lines that were happening before. And Mega, welcome today. How you doing? We're doing those, and oh my god, it's insane. It's insane. This is just absolutely wild that it's keeping up, and just the change of instrumentation going from the very loud and obnoxious, because you know electronic music, it's obnoxious in nature, but because we did the switch, because you know it's obnoxious loud, and I'm not saying like obnoxious in the bad way, because usually electronic music is that kind of thing. It's very rambunctious, very loud, synthetic, that kind of thing. And the challenge that this piece has had is that it's so fast and it's so accelerated that the way to build tension has to be to tone things down. So in this case, we take the melody and everything, and we have flipped it over, and now we have toned it down, and by toning it down, we are building tension. It's a very oxymoronic thing, and yeah, wow. Kick bans autism. Lovely. Look at that. I can't believe I just said that. And JPEG, welcome to the mosh pit. Thank you for the follow. Let's see where this goes. So yeah, now we have the actual piano. Ooh. And now we are doing a reduced version of the motifs. So as I said, elongation, you make something last longer. Reduction is the opposite. We have compressed it, and now it's shorter. And now we are using those reductions once again to just build that motif there. It is very interesting how the motif has stayed this consistent through the entire track, either through the actual motif being played or some sort of extrapolated meta level. Very interesting. Let's see where this goes. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Tesla. Oh, really cool. Off the ramp. And Modulation. Resolve. Off the ramp. Bringing the melody, a reduction of the melody. With slower drums building, and by slowing the drums, we increase the tension because now the absence is telling. The silence of the drums is now very loud because it's been there for so long that it not being there anymore just strikes harder like that. Very, very interesting, very cool way of addressing the challenge of how to create tension and cadence in fast music like this. Let's see where this goes. Modulation again, direct modulation again. Back to the original key, I think. Let's see. Very cool. Modulation again. Repeating. So what we're doing... Oh my god. Okay, so what we're doing now is we are applying the concept of sequencing. We're applying the concept of sequencing while modulating. So we went through the concept of modulation. Now let's go through the concept of sequencing. So sequencing is usually something that you're going to see in melody. Once again, 3 elements in music: melody, harmony, rhythm. Sequencing tends to be a melodic thing for motifs. What is motif? And after this is live cue, yes. So sequencing is, let's say we have this shape of melody, and what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that from a different point in the scale, and it creates this kind of overall like melodic line, like meta melodic line. And what is happening here is that we're taking that, but we're applying it to the harmony itself. We have... Okay, valid user, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna have to turn that thing off. So, let's see. Oh my god, okay. Just for context, valid user is on Kick, and he just posted "men have rights," and it got deleted as hate by Kick's automod. Then he typed "men don't have rights," and it also got deleted as hate by the automod. Alright, so back to this, right? So now we are taking entire sections. So we are taking the entirety of the section, which is like section C, and we are sequencing that harmonically. So harmonically, we are taking section C, repeating it from a different key signature. So instead of just being the individual melodies that are being sequenced, we are doing this with the entire harmony, with the entire section. This is insane. Let's see where this goes. At least it's consistent. No, it's not. Okay, so we have that repetition there. And bring the attention up, and we finally resolve it with one last hit. We end it on the high note, and we just let that fizzle away and everything. Man, what a wild ride this was. There you go. That was Freedom Dive by, I'm just gonna say it in Chinese, by Xi. Featured in Osu and Geometry Dash. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the video, YouTube, archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of them paid subscriptions, all that good stuff. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song, if you're on the live stream, you can start requesting. And if you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they go live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time. If you want to know what time that is for you in your local time zone, don't worry. We have the full stream schedule up to date showing in your local time zone in both the Discord server and the Twitch channel. They're both linked down below, and they show, as I said, in your local time zone, so you don't have to worry about, oh, what time is 6 p.m. in Europe, but I live in Singapore. Don't worry, it's all there. So there's that, and follow the gaming channel. Follow the gaming channel, because we're on YouTube. Of course, we have a gaming channel. Games are Basterd. Link down below. That's where I put the recordings of the gaming after show VODs. You can, link down below, or just search for it on YouTube. It's same username as James R. Basterd. You swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Freedom Dive. This one people have been waiting for a while, so I'm happy that we finally got it done. Really, really good stuff, man. Very, very fun. But yeah, let's move on.